Okay, so a normal listening comprehension paper one, sorry, a normal paper one includes listening comprehension, but then it also includes reading comprehension, right? It's an hour and 15 minutes long. This is June 2013 that we're looking at. Questions and passages repeat. So just as with English and other subjects, it's in your best interest to do as many as you can before the exam, right? All right, so let's look at the instructions. Right, so section 1, this is the listening, is 60 minutes. For each question in this section, you will hear a single sentence. Choose from the 4 pictures in your test booklet, the 1 picture that shows what the sentence says. Then share the corresponding space on your answer sheet. All right. Now, this section of the test is the questions are only read once, right? So we could try it that way. And then when we're correcting, if you need me to read it a second time to check over your answer, I could do that, right? And we will correct piece by piece. Once the question type stops, we will correct. So in this question, you would hear el muchacho va a correr. And the answer you would have to choose is D. Now remember that you can jot down things, right, as you hear them, so that when you go to the questions, it can help you find the answer, right? All right, so let's get started. Everybody is ready. So you've headed up June 2013 over here. This first set is 8 questions. Right. Okay, so you're looking at the pictures. Okay. Question number 1. So begin to look at the pictures. You have 15 seconds. Okay, question number 1. Las turistas compran collares. Question 2. El niño empuja el juguete. La aeromoza sirve la comida. Question number 4. A ellos les gusta charlar. Okay, number 5. Están mirando las noticias. All right, number 6. La torta de la quinceañera es muy grande. All right, number 7. Están mirando las estrellas al aire libre. Okay, last one for this section, number 8. Se fracturó el brazo. All right, anybody had trouble with any that you did not get? As we go through them, I will call the line again, right? All right, as we go through them, I'll call the line again. All right, so number 1 was las turistas compran collares, right? Now you have to remember the y sound could be y, but it could also be 2 L's. So you heard las turistas, right? So hopefully that would have focused your attention on this one and this one. But they're buying collares, right? So necklaces. If it would be, it might be el turista mira el mapa. The tourist is looking at the map. The male tourist is looking at the map. Right, everybody okay with that? Las turistas compran collares. So like often, if the sentence is about the non-turistas, right? You might see a picture with 2, and then sometimes you might see a picture with 1. Right? And then like they have collares. So somebody might hear collares, they might hear a necklace, or they might also think dogs with collars. Right? So the pictures could be a little misleading that way. In terms of keywords. All right, number 2. Number 2 I thought was a tricky one. El niño empuja el juguete. So if you hear niño, you should narrow it down to B and C, right? And then you hear empuja. So what is he doing? He is pushing the toy, right? Empujar, to push. So then that has to be C. All right, so 1 was C and 2 is C. All right, let's look at the next one. Some people told me they missed 3. Oh. All right. So number 3 now, la aeromoza sirve la comida. Now when we did travel, I think it was, we came across the word azafata for air stewardess, air hostess, and I also told you the word aeromoza, which appears frequently in multiple choice paper ones, right? So aeromoza, we're looking at A or B. So what is she doing? Sirve la comida, right? So that is A. All right, what about number 4? Was number 4 a tricky one? All right, this is for number 4. A ellos, and that is a clue because ellos les gusta charlar. Right? So if you hear ellos, looking at the pictures, you need to be talking about not girls alone. It has to be a group with boys alone or boys and girls, right? So ellos and charlar. Right? And it has to be plural because it's ellos. So which one? D, right? All right, number 5. Están mirando las noticias. So están tells you more than one, right? So we can rule out B. Mirando, looking at, right? Las noticias. What are noticias? News. Right. So which one is that? They're looking at the news. That is D, right? Good. Okay. So, I do think you should jot down with your pencil on scrap paper or an imagine of the question paper, right? What you hear so that, especially verb, because the verb could tell you whether it's 1 or 2, and then any keyword that you hear. So before, like earlier was charlar, here is noticias or collares, right? So if you could get the action that it's talking about and the number of the people, then you could reason out the answer. Okay, number 6. La torta, so torta is a keyword, de la quinceañera, as another keyword, quinceañera. What does quinceañera tell you? What number? And then es muy grande. 15, it tells you 15. So we need something with 15 and we need torta. So it can't be D because that's not a torta. And this is the only one with 15. So B. All right, number 7. Están mirando. So están again, you can hear están, so more than one. Mirando las estrellas. So again, more than one. And that should be enough to hear to get the answer. But the other piece of it is al aire libre. This is a useful expression that means in the opening, right? So están, more than one. Mirando las estrellas, more than one, right? Because this group has more than one person, but it only has one star. And then if we missed all that, I really agree. Right? Right, yes, B. All right, number 8. Se fracturó el brazo. Right? So se fracturó tells you one person, right? If it had been fractura and then or fractura wrong, then we would know more than one. All right, and then el brazo. Right, so el brazo is close, I guess, to abrazo, which is hug. So perhaps that's why they put A there to mislead us or to mislead some of us, right? But we're looking at C, right? All right, so if you got anything wrong and you're not sure why and you want to ask, you do that now. Now, it's worth it to plan before your exam to get a hold of all the teacher's scripts or as many as you could find online and read them through. Even if you're not looking at the past paper, with it because you can't find the questions, read through the passages at least, right? Okay, so let's go to the next section. Right, so the next section will be read twice. Okay, so in this section, you will hear a number of sentences. I want to erase 1 to 8 on the left-hand side there, right? Each sentence will be read twice. It will be followed by one question or incomplete statement. 4 suggested answers for each question are printed in your test booklet. For each question, choose the answer which best completes the question or statement. For example, you will hear, Mamá, tengo muchísima sed. Mamá, tengo muchísima sed. ¿Qué quiere esta persona? Right, so mother, I'm very thirsty. So what does the person want? They want a drink, una bebida. Not a doctor, not a biscuit, not an apple. Good, okay, so let's go. Well, first let me clear away this here. And this is the 16. Let's put some more cheerful color. Green. Right, I still recommend writing down keywords, you know, if you hear them. So like in the first one, this example, you might write down said, SED, right? Or what you think you heard, so that when you look at the answers, you'll have thirst, okay, drink. And of course, yes, look at the answers as much as you can before I start reading. But unfortunately, I'm going to start reading now. Okay, so here we go. La cuenta, por favor, camarero. La cuenta, por favor, camarero. Este cliente quiere. Number 10. Qué lástima. He sacado malas notas en mis exámenes. Qué lástima. He sacado malas notas en mis exámenes. ¿Cómo se siente esta persona? All right. Number 11. A sus órdenes, señores. ¿En qué puedo servirles? A sus órdenes, señores. ¿En qué puedo servirles? ¿Dónde están estas personas? All right, number 12. Mamá, gané el concurso de pintura. ¡Qué maravilloso! Mamá, gané el concurso de pintura. ¡Qué maravilloso! ¿Cómo se siente esta persona? Okay, number 13. ¿Cuánto cuesta esta cadena de oro? ¿Cuánto cuesta esta cadena de oro? ¿Esta persona está en una? All right, number 14. He trabajado mucho todo el día. No puedo más. He trabajado mucho todo el día. No puedo más. ¿Cómo está esta persona? All right, number 15. A Juan le gusta contar chistes todo el tiempo. A Juan le gusta contar chistes todo el tiempo. ¿Cómo es Juan? All right, number 16. Me duele tanto la garganta. Tengo que visitar al médico. Me duele tanto la garganta. Tengo que visitar al médico. ¿Cómo está esta persona? Okay, so that is the last one for this section. How was this section? A little harder or easier? Yeah. Okay. All right. So the first one, and which ones did you were there any that you didn't get at all? You were just confused about what was being said, about the choices. All right, let's go over them. All right. And again, listen, try to hear keywords. You don't have to hear every single thing. Generally, what you're being asked is to use these context clues to say where people are and then also how they are feeling, right? Well, 15 is more like a character trait, but you get the idea. All right, so the first, number 9, la cuenta, por favor, camarero. So did you hear cuenta? And did you hear camarero? What do these words mean? We met them like a month ago, a few weeks ago, I think maybe a month ago by now. And you may have met them in school before, right? Cuenta is the bill, right? And camarero is a server, a waiter. Did we use a different word for camarero? Did we use mesero? Maybe. All right, so where are they? What are they about to do? The question says, esta cliente quiere. What does the client want to do? Does he want to go to the bathroom? So these are all things you might want to do in a restaurant. Go to the bathroom, ir al baño, salir del restaurante, leave the restaurant, sentarse para comer, sit to eat in order to eat, pedir información sobre un plato, ask for information on a dish. What does he want to do? He wants to leave, right? Yeah, he wants to pay for the meal. But they don't give you that option. Okay, they don't say pagar la comida. They just have leave the restaurant. That's the closest he come to it. Right? So he's ready to leave, so he wants to pay. Okay, number 10. Que lástima. Do we know this expression? Que lástima. Right? So this is what I'm saying. Write down what you hear. You don't have to look when you're writing. You can close your eyes, or you could be looking at the teacher and write it on the paper. It's scrap. It doesn't have to be any kind of neat note. Write down the keyword that you hear. Right. What a pity. Exactly. You know the expression. It is what a pity. So if it is what a pity, how is the person feeling? Are they feeling sad? Are they tired? Are they happy? Are they hardworking? And then the question says, ¿Cómo se siente esta persona? How does the person feel? ¿Cómo se siente? Right? If they're saying que lástima, they have to be sad. Yes. So, triste. E. All right, number 11. So we have to listen out to figure out our location. This one I thought was kind of hard because of the first expression. It's a sus órdenes, señores. But before I write that down, there's another expression after it that you guys should know. In que, because I know we met it in this class. Puedo servirle. This term. I know we met it this term in this class. That's one word, not two words. Right? How can I help you? Right. And then the other expression is a sus órdenes, señores, which means I await your orders. At your command. Right? But it's more like an idiomatic expression. At your, like in English, we might say at your service. At your service, gentlemen. Right? Sirs, at your services. How can I help you? Right? So where are they? That's the question, right? ¿Dónde están estas personas? ¿Are they en la calle? ¿Are they en el campo? ¿Are they en una casa? ¿Are they en una tienda? All right, so calle is street. Campo is field. Casa is home. And una tienda is a shop. So where are they? Probably D. Yeah, they're in a shop. Right. Okay, so 12, we come back to feelings again. So we're listening out for a clue. Mama, gané el concurso de pintura. So if you hear gané, from ganar, to win, right? And if you heard concurso de pintura, you hear competition, painting competition, right? And then, what's the other thing, boy? Oh, you heard an expression. Que maravilloso. How marvelous. Right? So, and the question is, this person is, how is this person feeling? ¿Cómo se siente esta persona? Just like above. Right? So how's the person feeling? Are they feeling good, like rich? Are they feeling sad, desolate? Are they feeling happy, contento? Are they feeling frustrated? Yeah, they have to be happy. Once you hear que maravilloso, that means happy. All right, 13. ¿Cuánto cuesta esta cadena de oro? Now, this one is also a difficult one. Those words are unusual. But you would hear cuánto cuesta, so you know you're dealing with the cost of something, right? Unfortunately, all of these shops sell things, right? All right, so we're listening to something. You would have heard something de oro. I think oro is a more common word. And cadena is a less common noun, but perhaps you know it. What is cadena de oro? Oro is gold. So if you could figure out gold, then you know what shop it has to be. There's joyeria, carniceria, zapateria, fruteria. So this is the fruit shop. What does the zapateria sell? Zapatos, right? Shoes. What does the carniceria sell? Meat, right? This is the butchers. So what's the first one? Joyeria. Jewelry, yes. So what is the answer? Jewelry store. Right. So 13 is A. All right. 14. He trabajado mucho todo el día. No puedo más. All right. So what did you hear? Even if we can't make out what the first sound is, A. What is A? When I say A, what word am I saying? What Spanish word am I saying? Then you hear trabajado. So you can make out work. I mean, it's not literally work. Trabajado is worked, the past tense. Right? So the thing that you're hearing in front of it is A. H-E. Right. I have worked all day. So ironically, the perfect tense that I wanted to revise, or I suggest to revise at the beginning. We will do it again, right? So H is in Spanish as silent. So every time a helping verb is used, you're not going to hear that H. Anyhow, he trabajado. So if the person has worked, how are they probably going to feel? Will they feel tired? Will they feel dangerous? Will they feel entertained? Will they feel hungry? I guess they could feel hungry, but work doesn't necessarily equal hunger. Right. It usually equals tiredness. So tired. Right. All right. 15. A Juan le gusta contar chistes todo el tiempo. So if you know chistes, then you have the key to the answer. So Juan likes to tell jokes, contar chistes, jokes, right? So what kind of person is Juan? That's the question, right? ¿Cómo está esta persona? What is he like? Is he necio, guapo, cómico, honrado? Necio is, I don't think we've ever met this word, foolish. Like tonto, silly, right? Right, he's cómico. Guapo is handsome. Honrado, honorable, right? Cómico is just what it looks like, comic, funny. All right, so 15, C. 16, me duelo tanto la garganta. So maybe you hear duelo. Me duelo, right? From doler, se, to hurt, but like a body part, right? And then la garganta is the throat, right? And as with all body parts, it takes a él or la rather than me or tú or whatever, right? So it takes the definite article rather than a possessive pronoun. All right. Tengo que visitar al médico. So you have to visit the médico, which is the doctor, right? All right. So how are you feeling? ¿Cómo está esta persona? How is this person? Are they good? Are they angry? Are they nice? Are they sick? They are enferma. So 16B. Right. Okay. So tell me now that we've gone through them, are they terrible? Right, so you have to remember to listen out for the keyword. Well, not have to remember. I'm sure you're probably tired of hearing teachers say it. You just keep trying to listen out for the keyword, right? And eventually you'll get the hang of it. All right. Anybody is writing vocabulary from here? Now, the other thing you have to do, other than listen for the keyword when the question is being read, is you have to learn your vocabulary, right? And you have to practice saying it out loud so that you can get accustomed to the sound of the words. I'm going to pause the recording. All right. You'll hear 2 public announcements, just like it says, followed by a number of questions. Each announcement will be read twice. For each question, there is a choice of 4 answers. Select the best answer and shade the corresponding space on your answer sheet. There is no sample question for this section. So if you look at the answers for 17, you could tell you're listening on for some time, right? Now, it may not tell you, like they give you the time in minutes, they might tell you the time in hours, right? Or they might say the start time and the end time, and you have to calculate the number of minutes, right? So it may not be exactly 5 minutes that you hear or 15 minutos or whatever. Just be aware of that. It might be slightly different. Then you're listening out for a place, most likely where people are when they hear this announcement, right? Are they in a cafeteria, a library, a sitting room, shops? Okay, and then we have unos anuncios, unos eventos, unas rebajas, unas clases. So perhaps what is being announced? What is a rebaja? What do you recognize in rebaja? Do you recognize bajar, perhaps? To lower. Oh, rebaja, right? Baja, lower, below. So bajar is to lower. Like even if you're telling your neighbor to lower the volume, it's bajar that you use, right? So rebajar is like something that you lower again, so reduction, right? Then over here we have years this time for the second one. We have a date and we have again a room, right? All right, well, let's do the first one and then correct it, and then we'll decide if we want to do the second one time. I'll take a break first. Okay, everybody ready? So I will read it twice, right? So the first time I read it will be normal speed, and the second time will be much slower. Again, I recommend that you write down what you can, right? Because even though you're listening, you're paying attention, you will forget by the time you get to the third question. But if you have your notes, you could go back, a quick reminder device, and it will help you. All right, let's go. And even if it's not correct spelling, it doesn't matter. Just write down the sound that you hear, and it will help you figure out the answer. Okay. Atención, damas y caballeros. Sorry, guys. All right, let's start over. Atención, damas y caballeros. Las tiendas del centro comercial se cierran dentro de 15 minutos. Recuerden ustedes que estamos abiertos durante la semana desde las 9 de la mañana hasta las 8 de la noche y que este fin de semana Tenemos las rebajas del mes de julio. Gracias y buenas noches. And now I will read it a second time. Atención, damas y caballeros. Las tiendas del centro comercial se cierran dentro de 15 minutos. Recuerden ustedes que estamos abiertos durante la semana desde las 9 de la mañana hasta las 8 de la noche. Y que este fin de semana tenemos las rebajas del mes de julio. Gracias y buenas noches. All right, number 17. ¿Cuántos minutos quedan para hacer las compras? ¿Cuántos minutos quedan para hacer las compras? All right, number 18. ¿Qué van a cerrar dentro de poco? ¿Qué van a cerrar dentro de poco? Okay, 19. ¿Qué tiene lugar el fin de semana? ¿Qué tiene lugar el fin de semana? Okay, ready to talk about the answers? Was this okay? So number 17 said, ¿cuántos minutos quedan? How many minutes remain para hacer las compras, to shop? So what was the answer? Did you hear any passage? Se cierran dentro de 15 minutos. So, right, and within 15 minutes, so 15 minutes, right? All right. Number 18. ¿Qué van a cerrar dentro de poco? So again, if you don't know what dentro de poco is, because it is an idiomatic expression, but you hear cerrar and you hear que van, right? What is going to close dentro de poco soon, in a little bit? All right, and we figured out where we are. We heard centro comercial, which is mall, right? We have to know that vocabulary. So then what is going to close? The shops, right? Right. Okay, and the last one for this. ¿Qué tiene lugar el fin de semana? So tiene lugar is taking place, right? Tener lugar is to take place. The weekend, fin de semana. And you heard the same exact word that is in the answer choices. You heard las rebajas del mes de julio. Right? So you picked C. Okay, how was it? Was it okay? Was it difficult? All right, do y'all want to take a break now or you want to do the 20 to 22 first? All right, no problem. So let's take 5 minutes. Okay, well, I have a tie here in terms of answers for taking a break and doing all the other piece. All right, let's do all the other piece just because the next thing is a longer passage. Sorry. All right. Atención, estudiantes. Deseamos celebrar el 10º aniversario de nuestra escuela con un desayuno para nuestros exalumnos y profesores. Esta celebración se llevará a cabo el domingo 2 de marzo en la cafetería. Los boletos se pueden obtener en la oficina a partir de hoy hasta el viernes 28 del presente. All right, I'm going to read this again. Again, take notes, right? Deseamos, atención, estudiantes. Deseamos celebrar el 10º aniversario de nuestra escuela con un desayuno para nuestros ex alumnos y profesores. Esta celebración se llevará a cabo el domingo 2 de marzo en la cafetería. Los boletos se pueden obtener en la oficina a partir de hoy hasta el viernes 28 del presente. All right, number 20. ¿Hace cuántos años comenzó la escuela? ¿Hace cuántos años comenzó la escuela? Okay. Number 21. ¿Qué fecha es el aniversario? ¿Qué fecha es el aniversario? Okay, last one. ¿Dónde se pueden conseguir las entradas? ¿Dónde se pueden conseguir las entradas? Okay, ready? All right, so your first question was, ¿hace cuántos años, how many years ago did the school begin? Comenzó la escuela. What anniversary are they celebrating? The 10th anniversary. So how many years has the school been in operation for? Right? Because you hear them say el décimo. El décimo aniversario. So then the school has been in operation for 10 years. All right, 21. ¿Qué fecha es el aniversario? So you remember fecha means date. Right? What date is the anniversary? So now there are two sets of dates in the passage. So you have to hear the celebration. So you have to focus on celebration. And then there's a phrase after it. It says llevará for future tense, right? But llevar a cabo, llevar a cabo. It's sort of like culminate. Will the celebration will be held. They have llevará in the passage, right? But the expression is llevar. The infinitive expression will be llevar. Come to a head literally, right? But it will take place, is what we might say in English. So when we hear that expression, when we hear esta celebración, that is what we're listening for today. So esta celebración se llevará a cabo. So if you don't know what that means, ignore it. You can still get the meaning. El domingo de 2 de marzo. El domingo 2 de marzo. Sorry. So the 2nd of March, right? 8. Yes, good. And last question. ¿Dónde se pueden conseguir las entradas? So this is a sneaky question. The passage says, you can obtain tickets. Los boletos se pueden obtener. Obtener is what you hear. But the question says conseguir. It doesn't say boletos. It says entradas. So it uses a synonym, right? And ¿dónde se pueden conseguir las entradas? Los boletos se pueden obtener en la oficina. Right? So you would have to choose between the office and the cafeteria, which is where the celebration is being held. But the tickets you get in the office. All right, so Mr. Roca's disappointment. El señor Roca era gerente de una compañía grande. Él ganaba mucho dinero, pero no le gustaba gastarlo para tener para tener las comodidades de la vida. En el trabajo tenía que viajar mucho a diferentes partes del mundo. Cuando viajaba, siempre se quedaba en el hotel más barato que encontraba. A veces, estos hoteles estaban en mala condición y los empleados eran muy desagradables. Sin embargo, al señor Roca no le importaba nada. Solamente quería saber que no tenía una cuenta grande cuando estaba listo para salir. Una noche, cuando llegó a la ciudad de San Pablo, una ciudad completamente desconocida para él, recordó que le habían dicho que en esa ciudad los cuartos en los pisos más altos costaban menos. Decidió buscar el hotel más alto y como no quería pagar el taxi, decidió caminar. Cuando llegó al hotel, estaba cansado, pero pensaba que en un hotel de 40 pisos pagaría muy poco dinero. Pagaría muy poco dinero. Llegó sin aliento y le dijo a la recepcionista: Señorita, me gustaría una habitación en el piso 40, por favor. Ella le dijo: Lo siento mucho, señor, pero todas las habitaciones en ese piso ya están ocupadas. Pobre señor Roca. All right, so you're looking at the questions. Now I'm making notes. I'm going to scroll up so you can see 26. I can scroll back down if you need me to, right? Anybody needs me to go back up? Should I try and make this smaller so it will fit? Still won't fit. What kind of fit? Okay, so I want to read part A now, right? And then, 4 minutes, I'll pause the recording. So, for people using the recording, then you will need to pause the recording and take your 4 minutes, right? All right, so part A. El señor Roca era gerente de una compañía grande. Él ganaba mucho dinero, pero no le gustaba gastarlo para tener las comodidades de la vida. En el trabajo, tenía que viajar mucho a diferentes partes del mundo. Cuando viajaba, siempre se quedaba en el hotel más barato que encontraba. A veces, estos hoteles estaban en mala condición y los empleados eran muy desagradables. Sin embargo, al señor Roca no le importaba nada. Solamente quería saber que no tenía un cuento grande cuando estaba listo para salir. Okay, part B, right? Una noche, cuando llegó a la ciudad de San Pablo, una ciudad completamente desconocida para él, recordó que le habían dicho que en esa ciudad los cuartos en los pisos más altos costaban menos. decidió buscar el hotel más alto. Y como no quería pagar el taxi, decidió caminar. Cuando llegó al hotel estaba cansado, pero pensaba que en un hotel de 40 pisos pagaría muy poco dinero. Llegó sin aliento y le dijo a la recepcionista, señorita, me gustaría una habitación en el piso 40, por favor. Ella le dijo, lo siento mucho, señor, pero todas las habitaciones en ese piso ya están ocupadas. Pobre señor Roca. Can we still make all this fun? Oh, wow, no, I've gotten into it. All right, so you all are supposed to have 5 minutes here. And then we'll correct. Right, what was Mr. Roca's job? He was a manager of a business. Right, so you would have heard gerente de una compañía grande. So gerente is manager, right? All right, so 23A. And the keyword was gerente, right? All right, what did he not like to do? No le gustaba gastarlo para tener las comodidades de la vida. So when you hear gastar, he doesn't like to spend money. All right, so 24B. What did his job require of him? So it says en el trabajo tenía que he had to viajar mucho a diferentes partes del mundo. So he had to travel a lot, different parts of the world, right? So 25 is D. Good. All right, where did Mr. Roca stay when he traveled? In the cheapest hotel he could find, right? Lo más barato. En el hotel más barato que encontraba. Cheapest hotel that he found. So 26 is B. Right? All right. 27. What was special about San Pablo? Una ciudad completamente desconocida para él. So desconocida, unknown. Right? He had never visited it before. So 27, C. 28, on which floor of the hotel the cheapest room is located? So he remembered that los cuartos en los pisos más altos. Más altos. Right? The tallest. Top. Most high, the highest, right? So 28A. How did he get to the hotel? Well, he's a cheapo, so it tells us that he didn't want to pay a taxi. No kid. Wait, just find the line here. Right. No quería pagar el taxi. He didn't want to pay a taxi, so decidió caminar. So he walked. Right? He walked all the way. D. Last one. What did the receptionist tell him when he arrived at the hotel? He's like, I want a room. He said, I want a room on the 40th floor, el piso 40, please. And she says, lo siento mucho, señor, pero todas las habitaciones, all the floors are taken. So, all the rooms on the 40th floor are taken on that floor. So 30D, right? So check over your answers. Make sure I didn't make a mistake when I was writing down answers here. All right, any questions, any comments? So today we spent our class looking at June 2013, the listening section, right? And I hope we take away from this that the questions repeat. So it is in your best interest before your exam, not end the terms, but before your real exam, to look at as many teacher scripts as you can, right? And you could just type in on Google, CSEC Spanish paper 1 teacher scripts. And you'll find a lot available, right? All right. So if we have no more questions, you're free to go, right? If you have questions, you can remain and ask them. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your exams as they come.